Alright, here we are again on the White River, Batesville, Arkansas. Gonna do a little ride here through some subdivisions along the river and stuff. And I'm gonna do a review on the Ecells, short little review. Tell you guys how it is. I've got a little over 800 miles on this thing now, and I absolutely love it. There's not a thing wrong with this bike. The quality, the power, the agility, everything is above board on it. It is great. The only problem since I bought this and had it shipped to me was a screw came loose in the charger, the rear charger. And I don't know if that was happened during shipping or since I had it, but I found it, called Ecells, and they immediately shipped me a new one, and I took care of that problem. But if that's the only thing that goes wrong with this bike, I'll be tickled to death. I don't expect anything to happen. I had absolutely zero problems with it so far, and I don't expect to have any in the future. Like I said, if you're just going to cruise around normal, I had this on the Katy Trail in Missouri back last October. And it's mostly flat for the most part because it's an old rail trail. And I could cruise all day long in pedal assist 1 and have plenty of speed just in pedal assist 1 and reserve both my batteries. So I'd really like to find out what my whole range is in pedal assist 1 with both batteries. One of these days I will. I'm going to go back to the Katy Trail this year, and if I can work out the logistics and everything, I'm going to ride the whole thing, which is about 240 miles. I figured it'd take me about 4 or 5 days to do it. There's little Airbnbs and places to stay along the way where you can, that are bike friendly. Charge your bike up while you're spending the night there. I'd like to be able to cover 50, maybe 60 miles a day if at all possible. As you can tell, it's the end of January, and we get this few nice days every once in a while, and I take advantage of it. They still got all the Christmas lights up here. They're in the process of taking them down. I'm sure that takes a while because they've got a bunch of them. There's a friendly dog park here. To the right is the municipal golf course. There's a few golfers out there today. That's the beauty of Arkansas. In the wintertime, you're going to get days that are warm enough that I can ride a bike or you can play golf or whatever. Now we do get a few 0 and below days, but not very many. We don't get much snow. We just had about a 6-inch snow a couple of weeks ago, and as you can tell, it's already gone because it doesn't stay cold real long here. We had, I think it was a big record because we had we were below freezing for 60 hours straight. I think that was a big deal to the weather guys. And we're back up to high 40s, low 50s today, which is absolutely wonderful. I take full advantage of these days because I walk every day. I can walk in the teens and stuff, and dress pretty comfortable and stay fairly comfortable during a 2.5 mile walk I do every morning. When you get that wind blasting on you on this bike, that's pretty cold to be out here on it, and I just don't enjoy it that much. I've got the gear for it now. If I do feel froggy and want to get out and do it, I will, but it doesn't happen very often. That's why I take advantage of these days like this. Yesterday I put 20 miles on this thing just riding around my town. That to the right is the Batesville High School and a big new complex they're building up there. Getting back to the bike, like I said, zero problems so far. And I'm just tickled to death with it. I do plan on getting a new one whenever they come out with the, I think it's called a Starlight. It's a dual motor step through that has, I think, 3,000 watts of peak power possibly. And that thing will be fast. Not that you need it, but I like the speed when I want it. Most of the time I just cruise around, try to dodge these silly squirrels. I really don't know how long my battery's going to last on my camera. I haven't used it in a while, and it's hard to see if you're out in the bright sunlight, it's hard to see the battery meter on it. I'm going to get up here and do a hill climb test. There's a really steep hill right up here in front of me. I'm going to get to the bottom of it and just go straight up it on the other side from a dead stop with throttle only. I don't know if you'll be able to see in the camera how steep this is, but it's pretty radical. One of these days I'm going to go down that trail right straight through there through the woods. And you can see down this hill and up the other side over there. I'm going to stop at the bottom of it. See how much trouble the Dual Star has going up this. I don't like to go down this hill very fast anyway, because there's a trail that comes out to the right there, and you never know when somebody's going to shoot out that thing. Alright, we're at the dead stop, full throttle. I tried to spin a tire a little bit. Alright, we're at 15, 14. That's all it's going to go down. It just doesn't take much out of this thing. It just eats these hills up no matter how steep they are. I'd really like to find the hill that it can't climb and just see what it looks like. If I had it to do all over again, I would buy this bike in a heartbeat. Now they've got a newer version of it now called the King Dual Star, I think. It's different frame configuration. I made a few adjustments here and there, but I was glad I got this when I did. I've got a little over 800 miles on it. During the summer, I'll get a whole lot more on it than I do during the winter, but that's just part of it. I like to go around the state to these trails. I've hit several of them already. Paragould, Arkansas has got the one they call the 8 Mile Trail. I've hit it. Hoxie, Arkansas has a rail trail that I rode here, I don't know, a month or so back. Heber Springs, I'm probably going to go there again next week. They've got one that's 9 or 10 miles long, runs around up there by Greers Ferry Lake. And this bike is excellent for those. That's the most fun I have with it, is hitting these trails and stuff. And I don't get off-road much. I mean, occasionally I do, but most of it's just these paved trails that go through the woods and stuff, and I really, really enjoy that. I cruise these neighborhoods a little bit. I'd like to get in about 20 miles today if I could. The weather's perfect for it. I've just got on a light hoodie and some gloves and some of the pleated riding pants that are really, really warm and comfortable. But you can look at these bikes when you just sit down on a stool or something in a shop and go over them, and you can see the quality in them. The welds on them are impeccable. I don't know who they got welding these things. They may be a machine for all I know, but they are perfect. You never see a bad weld on one of them. The components they use to make them are all top-notch. I would like to see a little better shifter instead of this Shimano 7-speed, but it is what it is. 4-piston brakes on there, which has got great stopping power. The only thing I did replace on this bike was the seat. And I haven't found a stock seat yet that I'm really happy with. And I went with a blue end I bought off of Amazon. And it's the most comfortable one I've found so far. I can get 20 miles or so in before my butt starts hurting much. It's a pretty steep little hill here too. But I bought these mirrors off of Ecells, and I really like them. I mounted them underneath the handlebars, which seems to work well for me. I can see good out of them. Don't have to ever move my arms out of the way. I put a phone mount on it, a mount for my camera, and various things like that. This bottle holder I got. Did put an Apple AirTag on it in case somebody decides they want it more than me. What else did I do to it? I changed the pedals on it. That was just for aesthetics. It wouldn't have anything to do with their pedals. They just got a blue color on them. I've kind of got this thing, it's flat black, and I've got some blue accents all over it, like the pedals and some spoke covers and stuff like that. Display works really well. I can actually see it during the day. And the speedometer is probably within a mile of what the GPS says it should run. I've got these Ecells panniers on here, and I keep them stuffed full of crap. And a first aid kit, and I've got, I think, 2 air pumps in there. Rechargeable air pumps, all sorts of stuff, stuff to change tires and fix a flat with a tire spoons and patches and whatnot. This wind is kind of high this morning. I don't know how my DJI mic's going, how good it's picking up in this wind, but it does have a dead cat on it, so maybe that'll help. So, I apologize for the sniffles, but it's kind of hard not to do that whenever it's cold out like this, for me anyway. Alright, we've about done this neighborhood up. We're fixing to go on the new trail that they built up here. And go off into another neighborhood. For a long time I didn't even know this trail existed up here. I saw it and shoot off there, but didn't know where it went. The first time I went down there, I come out into a neighborhood, didn't know where I was at. Since then I've got to where I run all over that neighborhood. Explore it on my bike. That's the neatest thing about these e-bikes. You can go and explore places you've never been before and get there quickly. You can tell, you know, this isn't but a year or so old through here. A lot of these people use this, they jog through here, walk through here. I come upon women with baby strollers going through here all the time. This goes all the way down to the park. They got a new bench there. Goes all the way down to the park by the river. The dog park, people can go down there and enjoy that. They're in the process of building a new bike trail north of town. It's going to be a while before it's ready because all they're doing right now is cutting trees down, so it'll be a while before we'll be able to use that, but I'm kind of excited about this. So it'll be somewhere new for me to go within minutes of my house. Another new bench. They're fixing this all up through here. To the right's where that trail shoots off that I showed you a while ago. It runs along that ridge there. I'll try that one of these days when it's not muddy out. And here's a big wooden bridge they built up here right before you come out into the subdivision they call Eagle Mountain. And they made these passageways to get on and off this thing really narrow. I know they don't want a four-wheeler or anything get on here. That to me is overkill though. We'll hit some of these side streets up here and go all the way around this neighborhood. I'm feeling like we may go downtown, and they built a new bike lane down Main Street. We'll go check it out. Alright, clear both ways. Says here we've gone 4.3 miles and used up one bar already. The batteries don't last near as long on these, and when it's cool out like this, the colder it is, the quicker your battery drains. I do have an extra rear battery, but I don't take it with me when I go. I might take it next year when I go do the Katy Trail. Said we'll just record until my little red button, or red light on the camera shuts down. I'll probably still be talking to myself, but until I figure that out. You have to kind of be careful in this neighborhood because there's a buttload of deer around here. I have one run right in front of me right here one day, and I've seen them several occasions through here. Be ready to grab a break at any time. It's a pretty steep hill here. It eats it up with no problem. I can only imagine how that new Starlight's going to be with dual 1500 watt motors on them. I probably just have to use it in just the rear motor most of the time, unless you have a really bad hill or want to go really fast, really quick. They have some teaser videos out on it that shows it taking off, and there was a girl riding it when they did that. She doesn't weigh all that much, and she got it up to 50 miles an hour. Not to mention the front wheel spins out real bad whenever you take off, so you really got to be careful with it. But the speed is there if you want it. That's kind of what I'm looking for. do the big loop today. We're gonna go all around this neighborhood, then we're gonna go back, run through the cemetery some. We might, I think we're gonna go downtown today too, just for the hell of it. They do have a bike path, or a bike lane, back through the parts of this neighborhood, but it's usually got so much trash in it. People put their trash cans out here too. You can't use it a whole lot. I had talked to David Cleveland, the owner and CEO of Ecells, on several occasions when I was contemplating getting this bike. At first I just ordered the bike with no extra battery and stuff on it, and then of course I don't think they had that option at that time. Then they come out where you can get the Dual Star. It had dual batteries and the upgraded rear shock and upgraded forks on the front. And I'm really glad I did that because this thing rides great. I had a bike before this. It was a dual motor bike and it would run fine, but it was a hardtail. It had no suspension in the rear and kind of a second-rate fork. It didn't dampen much in the front, and it would just beat you to death. This thing absorbs most of the bumps that you're going to encounter on the road anyway. And on trails, I've had it off the road a little bit. About reached the end of our road here at this. We'll turn and head back the other way, go around and make a big loop out to the other end of the subdivision. I'm not going to do a speed test on this. It's been done to death. Everybody knows Ecells makes a fast bike. I weigh 245 pounds and I can get to usually about 35 on flats. Now I know a lot lighter riders will get it a little bit faster. Seen some of them get it over 40, but not with my big ass on here. Plus I pack a lot of gear. I've got both these panniers about half full each, and a big backpack strapped onto the back of that, so hell, I probably got another 40 pounds worth of gear that I'm hauling around. So that's plenty fast enough, I guess, for what I do anyway. Pedal assist down a little bit. I kicked it up while ago going up one of the hills. I don't need to be going downhill that fast. There's another deer crossing here. Person wanted to bow hunt, you can probably do it from the front yard up here. watch a lot of YouTube videos on e-bikes, and one of the guys I watch is Gary's e-bike review. I'm not sure what the exact name of it is. This dude lives up in New Hampshire, and he rides all the time. Rain, snow, cold, it doesn't matter to him. He's got to be tough as nails. I'm not sure how old he is, but he doesn't let anything stop him. I'm not quite that tough. He gets down in the teens, I'm probably not going to be riding. I watched a video of him the other day. He had a trike, he was riding it in the snow. But he has a lot more trails to choose from than I do. I've got one short one here in town, and it's probably 30 miles to the nearest one I've got. Next summer also, I plan on going to Little Rock, North Little Rock, and they've got the river trail down there. It runs alongside the Arkansas River. And I believe it's 40 or 45 miles around it. You cross the river, run up one side of the river, and cross back and come back on the other side. I'm looking forward to doing that. I think that's a really popular trail. There's a lot of people on it. Trying to do a few reviews. I'm thinking about buying a off-brand bike or a different brand bike just to do a review on it. Try to get some videos out. If I get enough likes and views and subscribers and stuff, maybe I can start getting some of these companies to send me a bike every now and then. That's the goal anyway. It's not like I've got a lot to do. I retired year before last, and I just do things that make me happy now. I get pleasure out of. One of my biggest pleasures is riding this big ass bike around. Just a little bit cold with these riding gloves on. I've got some different ones I need to swap out. When I get to a stopping place, I'll do that. Cold coming down there. Alright, we gotta clear that way, clear that way. And a bike lane. just about back to the bridge again. We're gonna run through this little neighborhood just for shits and giggles. Been over here on this trail in these neighborhoods in several months. And we're back to the trailhead here. Nobody behind me. Not too many people out these trails on these cool days like this. Like I said, I watched Gary's videos from up in New Hampshire. People walking and biking and everything else during the snow on these trails. I guess we're fair weather people down here. Right at 10 miles on this run. We're down to 64.5 volts. I'm not sure what percentage that is, but it just still amazes me how much distance you can get on one of these bikes. In such a short amount of time. Stop down here and change gloves. The other end of this trailhead. These riding gloves don't offer much protection from cold. Not that it's cold, but when the wind's hitting them, it's pretty cool. All right. It'll give us a chance to start out from zero going up the other side of this hill. See how she climbs. Alright, here we go. Throttle only. Get steep all at once, down to 16. Make a little run around the school up here. Batesville School has a little solar farm up here. Let's install speed bumps here. God forbid you should go 10 miles an hour through here. Got plenty of room to add on up here. But they're not growing as fast as the one south of the river. Damn, I wonder if they put them any closer together. Look down there and see the White River. We're way up on a hill here. This one for the most part, yeah, part of it anyway. Well, now I'm stuck. This is all new construction through here. Used to be able to go out that way, but I don't guess you can't anymore. That's all right. We're in no hurry. It's just a leisurely ride around town, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it. Like I said, I am retired. And little jaunts like this are just what keep me going. Chance dropping off that thing in case my riding skills aren't what I think they are. Must be where they fuel their buses at. That's new. building they've got going on there. I think it's a new cafeteria, possibly a new gym, I'm not sure. A few more classrooms. Southside School, biggest school south of the river, is doing the same thing, building a big new addition onto their high school, a new gym. Everybody's going to these arena type gyms. Southside needs it. They've been using the same gym since 1984, I believe. Back to the golf course. Occasionally, if I come to town on a Monday with my bike, the golf course is closed on Mondays, and I can ride over there through the fairways and up and down the cart paths and stuff. It's kind of neat over there to do once in a while. I usually get back on the road right here because if you follow the trail on around to get on the road, it's kind of a hard turn. You got to really watch people coming down the road by you. So it's just as easy to get on right here instead of coming right here and trying to watch the traffic around that corner. They start in October putting these Christmas lights up. There it is the end of January, and they're still, I mean, they're working on it, but it's so big that it takes them forever to take all this stuff down. We've got the moniker now at the city limits saying we're the Christmas capital of Arkansas. I kind of believe that's a self-diagnosis. I mean, it's pretty and all, but I don't know about being the Christmas capital of Arkansas. Alright, now we're going to make a little jaunt through the cemetery here. And got roads going back and forth through here. Time we get done with all this, we'll see how many miles we got before we take off and decide where we're going to go downtown or not. The suspension is worth having in this cemetery because the little roads and stuff are all messed up from tree roots growing in them, pushing them up, making big bumps in them. I don't hit all these. In fact, all these roads, I don't anymore. I used to just to get some miles in, but and you can get a few miles, and a lot of people walk this stuff. You usually see a lot of walkers out here, except for a day like today when it's cool out. Little cross drives and everything else through here. There's 10 jillion squirrels out here. Got a clean this bike up. I noticed when I was loading it up a while ago, I've got not so much mud, but dirty water spots all over it where I've run through some of this melting snow and stuff going across the roads. There's a sheriff's department over there where I worked for 32 years. I guess there's a soul out here today. Oh, when it's pretty out, this thing is crowded. Make a little jaunt by the hospital. You can turn little short trails into a pretty good ride. And I'm not real crazy about riding on busy city streets. These aren't busy today at all. I'd rather stay on the trails, but we don't have much to choose from right here. So to get from one trail to the next, you gotta hit a few streets and you gotta do what you gotta do. And try to miss the speed bumps. If it was, the sun would come out, it'd be pretty nice today, but it's overcast. Still haven't figured out why in this little parking lot all the stripes and stuff are green. About back down to our little trail again. Well, if anybody was on the fence about this bike, we're at 14 miles now. I hope I've shed a little light on the quality and the build, and also I've had excellent experience with dealing with the company. I've talked to, like I said, the CEO several times himself on the phone, and you may have a little trouble getting through to them sometimes, but they stay so busy covered up in there, it's hard to answer 500 phones at a time. But I've always gotten through fairly quick. Sometimes it'll take a phone call or two. But the girls in the office just bend over backwards to try to help you out, get what you need to get you to where you need to go or who you need to talk to. Here's another one of them little spots you can get water all over your bike. People do a lot of fishing in that pond, but I don't know if I would eat anything come out of there. It's on the downside of the cemetery. All the stuff leaching out of the cemetery goes right into that pond, so I'm really not sure whether I'd want a formaldehyde catfish or not out of there. Alright, we're clear that way. I got one coming that way. Thank you. This is a little section goes right back over by towards the river, right behind the water plant. I didn't know they had Christmas lights up back here. Summertime you can't see around them curves because so much stuff's grown up around them. I don't know what kind of construction they got going on here. At least they still got the trail open. We're only at 15 miles, so I think I will run downtown. I'm not tired yet. My butt's not hurting too bad on this saddle. Scared them. Alright. We're going to cut up here. And go down the road. The city recently bought up all this property from here back to the highway, I guess to expand the parks here. We'll kick it up into, pedal says 5 to get through these roads quick. I don't like riding out here on these roads much. We are clear left and clear right. We may have to run this stoplight. I'm not sure this back will trigger the light. We'll see. Yeah, there's one turning left. Maybe they'll trigger it for us. Like I said, I'm not real keen on traveling in this kind of traffic, but I got to cross here. And here we go. I'm really surprised my camera is still on. I couldn't look at the battery, see it's been in storage for a long time. It was